straw hat ship over there.
I see now. That's why it wasn't on the coast when we arrived. It's an eyesore. Destroy it.
I'll be done in a jiffy. One good kick should do the job.
And that takes care of the dishes. Looks like I've still got plenty of time, so I think I'll swab the deck next. I should probably look into that ominous alarm, but I'm sure it's fine.
Tempest kick! Sky slicer! What the hell?
Zoro, what's going on? Are we under attack?
Who was that? Can't you see I was trying to take a nap?
Look, someone's up in the sky.
Oh, somebody was guarding the ship.
What was that form in your wanted poster?
What, you wanna see it?
Do you need to ask?
I feel it! I feel it! I feel it! I feel it!
What the hell?
I'll be damned. This should be fun.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down One Piece, chapter 1167. And trust me, this chapter is so wild it feels like Oda woke up, stretched, drank his morning coffee, and said, you know what? I think I'll cause chaos today. Everything from political betrayal, ancient secrets, family trauma, to Shanks doing Batman-level stealth missions. This chapter has it all. So buckle up, hit that like button, and let's dive deep into one of the most explosive chapters in the Final Saga. The chapter opens with a massive reveal that nobody saw coming. King Harold of Elbaf, the man we assumed was a proud, honorable giant king. Yeah, no. Turns out this guy has been secretly working for the world government behind everyone's back. And not just working with them, he's basically their personal hitman. Imagine having a king with the job description of giant assassin with fog powers. That is Harold now. His official role is known as God's Blade, the monster in the mist. That alone sounds like the title of a Netflix horror movie. His job is to attack pirate ships under heavy fog, sneaking up on them like a 40-foot-tall ninja. If you're a pirate sailing peacefully and suddenly hear giant footsteps behind you, congratulations, Harold just clocked in for his shift. But there's more. Harold receives something called the Shallow Sea Contract. Think of this like a beginner subscription to evil government activities. It's the entry-level package for morally questionable decisions. And if there's a shallow tier, that means there are deeper, darker tiers held by even more dangerous members of the world government's secret forces. This means the God's Knights have levels, ranks, and contracts that bind them into serving the celestial dragons in terrifying ways. Oda wasn't kidding when he said the Final Saga would reveal the darkest corners of the world. After this bombshell, the chapter shifts scenes and takes us straight to Elbaf. And let me warn you now, this part hits harder than a Gear 5th punch. We dive deep into giant politics, family history, and a whole lot of emotional pain. Ida, the adoptive mother of Prince Loki, gets poisoned. And before you think this was done by an enemy faction or some outside force, nope, she was poisoned by giants from the hometown of Loki's biological mother. And the reason? Pure jealousy and resentment. They couldn't accept that Harold, their chosen giant, ended up loving and marrying Ida, a foreigner. So instead of complaining like normal people or writing passive-aggressive messages online, they decided the best option was murder. It's like your typical awkward American Thanksgiving dinner argument, but this time with poison, betrayal, and burned villages. You know how families argue like, why didn't you marry someone from our town? Now imagine giants doing that, but with violence. Ida collapses. The entire scene erupts into chaos. The royal guards panic, and this is where Loki enters the scene. Prince Loki, often portrayed as a bit bratty or dramatic in earlier parts of the story, finally gets one of the most defining character moments of his life. He sees Ida poisoned, barely clinging to life, and he completely snaps. Not the comedic snap, not the dramatic anime gasp. I mean a full-on berserker rage straight out of Norse mythology. He goes so far off the rails that even the giants, known for being fearless warriors, are terrified of him. Loki unleashes a violent emotional storm. He burns down the entire village responsible for poisoning Ida. He kills the one who delivered the poison, and in the middle of all the destruction, he screams the line that hits the hardest: "Ida is my only mother." That single moment elevates his character from a background prince into someone with real emotional depth, trauma, loyalty, and fury. This is the type of moment that makes you rethink everything you assumed about him. And honestly, it also screams pure American energy. You mess with my family, you're done. No questions, no discussion, just consequences. But Oda didn't stop there, because right after all this emotional devastation, he drops another bomb that breaks the internet. We shift into a flashback. A mysterious figure steps into the scene, and it turns out the person quietly involved in the events at Mary Joie's 15 years ago is none other than Shanks. Red-haired Shanks, the Emperor. The man who shows up maybe once every 2 arcs, but somehow has enough impact to shift the entire story. It turns out Shanks secretly helped Fisher Tiger during the slave escape incident. He was there, in the shadows, assisting Tiger without anyone knowing. He freed slaves, created escape routes, and then disappeared without telling his crew or taking a single ounce of credit. This man is literally doing superhero side quests in his downtime. Oda basically turned Shanks into the anime version of Batman. Silent, efficient, and never asking for praise. If Shanks had social media, he wouldn't brag. He wouldn't post selfies with the slaves he rescued. His Instagram would still be empty. Maybe 3 pictures in total. A sunset he took by accident, a blurry photo of Utah, and maybe Buggy crying somewhere in the corner. That's it. Now that we've covered the story, let's recap the 5 biggest twists in chapter 1167, because trust me, this chapter had enough plot twists to fill a whole season of television. Number 1. Harold is secretly working for the world government. This man is double-dipping in paychecks like he's working 2 remote jobs during lockdown. Number 2. The world government has a horrifying contract system. And these contracts are basically an evil battle pass, where leveling up means becoming more dangerous and more enslaved to the celestial dragons. Number 3. Ida gets poisoned by giants who hated her for being an outsider. This proves that giant society is not as united or noble as we once believed. Number 4. Loki snaps and burns the entire village to the ground. He goes full Viking vengeance mode, and it shows us a darker, more emotionally raw version of the prince. He's not just a background character anymore. He's a powerhouse in the Final Saga. Number 5. Shanks was secretly involved in Fisher Tiger's escape at Mary Joie's. He was literally helping slaves break free behind the scenes. This reveals a completely new level of Shanks' character and adds depth to his already mysterious past. So what does all of this mean for the Final Saga? First, it tells us that Elbaf is not the peaceful, heroic land many fans expected. It's messy, political, violent, and full of secrets. Second, the world government is worse than we imagined, with deeper and darker systems of control operating in the shadows. Third, Loki is about to become a major figure. A prince driven by trauma, vengeance, and fierce loyalty is going to play a huge role in the war to come. And finally, Shanks is tied to the story in more ways than Oda has ever shown before. His quiet involvement in the world's biggest events proves he has been shaping history long before Luffy ever set sail. This chapter strengthens the Final Saga's pacing. Every chapter now feels like a season finale. Every reveal feels like a game-changing moment. One Piece is no longer building up to something. It is delivering the climax arc by arc. And chapter 1167 is living proof that we are truly in the most explosive part of Oda's masterpiece. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments which twist blew your mind the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.